Right now, we only have 3 raindrops, and we want to make at least 50 more. Typing out 50 new objects would be a harder way to do this. Instead, what we could do is use an array to store all of our raindrops and spawn new raindrops, rather than using the same 3 over and over. To start, let's make an array that will store all of our drops. Then, let's push an object into the first position of our array by typing in setup drops.push, and then in parentheses, we'll copy what we had for our first drop. Now let's try displaying the drop in our array. Since we only have one drop in our array, we could technically reference it with drops square brackets 0, but we are going to want to see all of the drops we eventually put in our array, so we are going to create a for loop. In draw, we can delete everything we have and then just type for and then parentheses var I equals 0, I is less than the length of our array, I plus plus. Then underneath that, we'll write drops, square bracket I, dot show, parentheses, drops, square brackets I, dot fall, parentheses. The push method is what we are using to spawn new drops. So before we start spawning hundreds of drops, let's make sure that they can despawn. Otherwise, we could risk crashing our app. In the scope of the for loop we just created, let's cut and paste the if statement we have in our raindrops fall function. Now, let's change it so instead of resetting our raindrop, we remove it from the array. We can do this by typing if and then in parentheses drops I dot y is greater than 600, then drops I dot splice, comma, or parentheses I, comma, 1. Which means if any of the raindrops in our array goes past 600 on the y-axis, then remove the element at the ith position of our array. Now it is safe for us to create raindrops. All we have to do is type in draw drops.push in parentheses new raindrop random 700 and then comma random parentheses negative 100 and then comma random parentheses 6. That should do it, and we have some basic level rain that we created using objects and an array. Thanks for watching. Don't forget to subscribe to stay up to date with all of our newest videos.